I would like to ask Dr. Thomas Vincent, my colleague, to talk about the facilities that we have at Flinders to do construction, sustainable construction projects.
Yes, I'm another one of the academics alongside Ali here in that sustainable construction space. And just wanted to flash up some pictures here of the facilities that surround us. So some of this is here in the building on the ground floor. We've got some unique equipment. We've also got some new construction just out that back window there, maybe just a 1 minute walk away, as well as some other labs, another 1 minute walk away over there. What we'll be focusing on is mainly the key areas in this sustainable construction and anything that's unique. So one of the things that's quite unique is this 3D printer. It's the only concrete printer in South Australia. I think there are some others in that mortar space, but we've got the only one in South Australia. I think it's about one of only 4 in Australia, quite large scale. You can see here, this is in our pod labs that is, like I said, about a 1 minute walk out there. Alongside that, so this just sits right next to it, is the Rio meter for solid materials. Again, this one's quite unique because it's in that solid space. I think more your liquids, gases, etc., a little bit more common. But this is quite good for understanding how your layering, etc., is occurring in that 3D concrete printing. In the ground floor, we have the micro CT scanner. It's the largest in Australia. So you can see the size of it here. Egon Pirelli, Associate Professor, I think Egon Pirelli is the main guy behind this in the biomed space. So they do a lot of testing of bones. I think you can just see here a lot of bone testing. The key unique part of this is you can do mechanical testing during the scan. So you can apply a certain loading to your specimens and see that crack growth, etc., during the scan. We'll have a tour of these facilities, I think, after we have a panel session and then lunch. And Sophie, who's actually the lab manager, she'll give us a tour of this if you're able to stay back for a tour of our facilities. We also have good testing for corrosion and durability. We have this here, the CC equipment, the corrosion chamber. It basically you can place things inside, like you can see here. You can then go through these cycles of your salt spray, different temperature, different humidity. Nice little touch screen on the side here, and you can put it through those cycles. I think we've had it run consistently for about a month in total. I've included this picture here because this at the top here might not look important, but it's actually quite important. Washing all of the salt spray out of this machine and actually getting it out of the building is actually quite difficult. So we're quite lucky we can have this running continuously and actually have the extractor fan extract all the salt spray to make sure we don't corrode the roof as well. We've also got this chloride attack, acid attack, etc. So anything in that corrosion or durability space we can test here at Flinders. Factory of the future. So I've shown a diagram here. We're actually in this building. This is a very old picture. We're in this building here at the moment, and like I said, it's just a 1 minute walk down here. Factory of the future is at the back section. This is what it looks like here, and at the front is that technical college as well. So I think even if you just look out the back window, you'll see the big technical college sign. So we're about here at the moment. We'll just walk around here. This is what it actually looks like. Took that photo yesterday, and we have a tour with Marco, I think is the manager of that space, so we can give a tour of that location. We also have some large scale testing facilities. So this, everything you see here, if you look really close, there's little plugs in the floor. So it's a strong floor. I think it's around about 11 meters by 11 meters, quite a large amount of space. We've got the big Lego and Meccano set here. You can bolt anything to that. And we have this unique hexapod. We've got one of them. Uni Adelaide also has one of them. I think their space is a little bit smaller. We've got a little bit larger space to work with. Hexapod simply just means 6 legs. So you can see these actuators underneath. There's 6 of them. All it basically means is that top plate can move around in any direction, so you can place your specimens underneath and apply any combination of loads that you like to that specimen. At Bedford Park, so this is all the microstructure, and it's referred to as Flinders Analytical. All of the acronyms there that some of you might be familiar with, we can test all of this, and it's at the Bedford Park campus, which is about 3 kilometres up the road. And then finally here, a little bit less unique equipment, standard universal testing, tension, compression, flexure, everything that you're seeing there, we can do the testings either here in the building. So I think our tension machine is actually here on the 3rd floor, but all of this is out next to the hexapod. You might not be able to see it, but the hexapod's just behind us there. So if you are interested in what facilities we have around us here, after we have lunch, we'll be going on a walking tour, and we can walk around and open up all those labs and explain that to everyone.